guys, Forsaken just showed off even more new balance changes, an unknown killer leaking, a potential classic skin concept, and Roblox ruining Forsaken. Let's get into it. So Forsaken just did some more balance changes for all of the killers, including a character that hasn't received changes in a while. Dussaker now has to balance adjustments. His spawn protection global anti-stacking cooldown has been decreased from 30 to 25 seconds, and the cooldown is now properly increased from 25 to 30 seconds. So he basically got some nerfs, as his protection seemed to be a bit too strong in certain situations. However, a huge change was that every killer's M1 hitbox has now been moved forward by 0.5 studs, giving them a slight increase in range. This means you should be able to hit some attacks slightly easier, but it hasn't made a huge difference. Otherwise, killers would be overpowered. Do you think these changes were needed? So one killer that everyone seems to have completely forgotten about is Star Glitcher, a killer that Coconut actually showed off around 8 months ago. What's funny is that people recently saw Coconut repost the concept and immediately assumed it was a brand new leak, even though this has been public information for a long time now. It's just one of those things the Forsaken community moved on from. So when it resurfaced, everyone acted like they were seeing it for the first time. Now, when it comes to Star Glitcher's design, we actually have multiple concept versions to look at. The earliest one is the purple model, basically a character replacement that fit Forsaken's style at the time. That one wasn't the final direction, but it hinted at where the developers wanted to take it at the time. Then back in June, Coconut shared another concept skin, which had a completely different feel. This version was more of crystal design, with sharp angles, a glowing halo floating above its head, and a body that honestly looks like they put a diamond camo onto a Robloxian. There's also another concept for a skin I think that was based on Prettyverse, but as Star Glitcher. And this is where things get interesting, because Star Glitcher actually replaced an older planned killer named Rook. Coconut even gave Star Glitcher a full idle animation using Rook's original model, which shows that development on this killer went further than people realized. But even with all of this, the final official design for Star Glitcher still hasn't been revealed. Every version we've seen so far is either a concept, an early model, or potential skin ideas that might come to the game later on. What we do know is that Star Glitcher is heavily inspired by an old Roblox script, which makes sense for it to be added to Forsaken. Could we finally see Star Glitcher appear in Forsaken sometime soon? So there was this insane concept skin made by Abolas that was based on the original design of Guest 666. This skin uses a bunch of classic Roblox SFX and many animations, with them having a choppy effect to make it seem like a classic Roblox avatar. Then with the walk animation using classic SFX, and the run animation having the exact sounds of sprinting on studs, we get Sixer's M1 with him giving a left hook, then Eviscerate digging straight into the floor. Then we get the classic explosion sound with Demonic Pursuit, and when you land the ability, it has additional SFX. Infernal Cry gives the quietest scream you will ever hear, with Blood Rush still being very similar. Then Blood Hunt still using the quiet scream, but with more added to it. Then when you get stunned, the kill animation, which doesn't seem to be finished yet, but Abolas will finish this concept soon as they wanted to rush it out before anyone else uploads it. The special noob kill literally seems like he's teleporting to kill noob. Then the Guest 1337 kill animation has him picking him up and throwing him across the map. And finally, the outgrow of the skin. This skin looks amazing, and since Sixer still doesn't have a classic skin, this would be a perfect match to add. Once it gets polished up, it will definitely be a skin worth buying. Do you like this concept of classic Sixer? A lot of Roblox players are still confused about the new age verification updates, but this change could end up affecting Forsaken more than people realize. Roblox is now rolling out stricter age requirements for certain features, including chat settings and how communication works in-game. And while this isn't directly targeting Forsaken, it does impact games with more mature themes. Forsaken relies heavily on player communication, whether it's survivors calling out killer locations, discussing strategies, or even just chatting in lobbies. If Roblox continues tightening restrictions for accounts under certain age brackets, younger players might lose access to features they've always used in Forsaken, which could change how matches feel. It doesn't stop there. Some of these new moderation tools are meant to detect unsafe interactions, and because Forsaken is a horror game with darker themes, it's possible the game could see stricter oversight compared to lighter genres. That doesn't mean the game is in danger, but it does mean the developers might need to adjust how chat systems or reporting features work. The update is mainly focused on protecting younger players, but it definitely creates new challenges for games with mixed-age communities like Forsaken. So even though this wasn't aimed at Forsaken specifically, the ripple effects could still be felt over the next few updates.
Prize in the bag, Tails.
So we just got a new concept of what Sonic X would look like if he ever returned to Forsaken. It was made for fun, but is a completely different version compared to the old one, with a mashup of features and modifications to make it resemble Area 51 Sonic. It clearly took inspiration from others, but was changed enough so it doesn't exactly copy 2011X. We also got the idle animation done by Vess for fun, and it actually looks amazing, with some fans even getting emotional over it because bro looks like a wild animal. Many people are claiming it's the best Sonic model they've seen, calling it very unique. However, there's still no confirmation of it being released anytime soon. We now got an amazing milestone skin concept by ArtDude. He loved seeing the new model and had to make concepts for him. It kind of reminds me of Sprunky Phases with the mouth texture, with Coconut replying, liking this tape, and that ArtDude has made sure to make it separate from 2011X, as that was the original design of Sonic, which is not allowed to be in Forsaken. ArtDude is also planning on doing shop skin concepts for Sonic, so expect to see them soon. What do you like about the milestone skins? As of right now, Flowers is in limbo. There won't be any progress made until a proper decision has been reached, but luckily, Flowers isn't scrapped, just paused for now. The community seems relieved to hear that Flowers wasn't scrapped outright, and that it wasn't due to anyone saying, "I don't want to be associated with Forsaken." People are thankful that the team is taking the time to figure out a solution instead of rushing to cancel the killer entirely. Many fans love Flowers, and seeing them scrapped would have been another heartbreak for the community. If Flowers eventually leaves Limbo, it'll be great news, but if the current situation isn't resolved, Forsaken itself might find itself walking into that same limbo. Flowers might not be coming anytime soon, but at least we have confirmation about what's going on. There's even a chance that the model, SFX, and animations for Flowers, like their moveset, are already in progress. So Forsaken is picking up again, and this next update could be huge. What do you want to see added? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening it.